And that were. So we're at the Fiber Fest in Almond, and I'm wearing lipstick again. And I feel very cute today. And yeah, and let's see what we find. Look at the sweet little alpacas. Hi. Hi there. Yes, I agree. You're so cute. What are you doing? What are you doing, little alpaca? Yeah, I feel you. Bye-bye. I think this dress is really cool. It's hard to see because it's on the rack, but I think it's neat. It's really pretty, like gossamer or something. Look at the beading. Wow. Leaves in a... That's so cool. So my mom and I are home now, and by the end of the day, I had acquired 11 buttons. And I acquired them at no expense to myself or my mother, so I'm going to tell you a story of how. So first off, we went to Fiberfest. I don't know if I said the name yet. That is actually the name. And it's basically this kind of festival in a hockey rink in like a small town right outside Ottawa that's still part of the capital region. And we went, and my mom she was talking to her friends, and she talks and talks and talks. You know how moms are. And she was also looking at yarn and such, which doesn't particularly interest me. So I wandered off to see if I could find anything that did interest me. And at the back of the rink, there were these button ladies. I think they're part of some kind of button guild or society of Ottawa, or they were just button collectors, but they were all there. But there were button ladies. And one button lady table, the lady said I could pick out one button from the Stars and Hearts bin. I think she thought I was a kid, and that's why she said that, because she seemed to be letting kids do that. But that's not really relevant since I refuse to be an adult. So I picked out a really cute star one that kind of looks like a sheriff's badge that I'm going to put on a pendant or a necklace of some kind. And it's metal. Then later I went back to find my mom, and we talked, and then I wandered off again because she was still talking and knitting and stuff, and I was just making sure she was okay, and then I wandered off. And I got to this other button table where the lady had this massive bin of just miscellaneous buttons that were all 10 cents each. So I was just looking through, not really intending to buy anything, just kind of looking, just see what it had, to see if there was anything I found interesting, because I find weird things interesting. I have I don't want to say eclectic, but I like what I like, and sometimes people don't actually like the same thing. Sometimes what I like is considered undesirable, which I don't really care because I like it. Like, laugh at me if you want, but I actually listen to Evanescence, and I don't listen to them ironically. I actually genuinely enjoy their music. So, I'm just looking through the bin, and I'm politely chatting with the button lady who works there, and another woman who's probably her friend, who was also looking through buttons she had the intention of buying. And I was just looking to see what was there. And I mentioned that I had no money on my person, not even 10 cents for one button. And I mentioned that I would have to just go to my mom and ask her for money. Because, if I bought 3 buttons, that's 30 cents. I don't think my mom would really mind. I'm not breaking the bank or whatever. And so I'm just looking at the buttons, just curious what they have, what's there. Kind of just, oh, these are interesting. I wonder what... And I just like looking at things and touching things. Part of my ADHD, I'm told. And the lady who's the friend, who's not working there but the patron, gives me $1, which is worth 10 buttons, and tells me to buy 10 buttons. And I'm just like, oh, okay, wow, that I was not expecting that. So I ended up finding 10 buttons that I thought were nice. And the button lady, who apparently an expert on buttons, could tell me, oh, this is a military button. No, this is just a fake button, etc., etc. So, and then I thanked the woman who gave me the $1 again after I purchased my buttons, and then I went to find my mom. But it was weird. So now I'm going to show you the 11 buttons I acquired and talk about why I chose them. So this is the first button I got because the woman thought I was a kid, and so this is the free star or heart I got. Oh, and I dropped it. So this is the button from the star or heart bin that I chose. I think it looks kind of like a sheriff's badge, so I think it's cool. I'm probably going to put it on a necklace, maybe a choker, like a cameo, but a star. I don't know. I think it looks nice. It kind of looks like a sheriff's badge, and it's made of metal, so that's good. This is one of the buttons I got from the $1 the woman gave me. It's a old Canadian military button. I think it's cool because I really like history and stuff. As well, it's a little bit rusted, which makes it imperfect, which someone else might not like, but I think it's pretty cool. And also, I can use this as a prop or something for Ray. Also, I just want to show you, like, the back is, the thing is like loose rather than rigid. It's not fully attached. It's loose and can be moved. It's easier to move when you have two hands, but whatever. This one is like one of the vintagey ones that I thought was really cool. I think it looks pretty, and there was a board from the Bead Guild or Button Guild that talked about how because in like the 20s women couldn't afford really, really fancy things, they would use pretty buttons to make their outfits seem more expensive and stuff. So this is probably one of those. It's got a little rhinestone in the center, and I think it's missing a few pieces because there's a bit of empty space. And I think it's cool. It's also very heavily damaged because the back pin thing, I don't know if you can see that. There it is pushed down a lot. So it's cool. I might try to fix it soon. This is another one that's supposed to fancy up an outfit, and it's also damaged. As you can see, it's rusted around the gemstone, which is plastic. But the edges, let's see if we can, there we go. The edges are really ornate, and the back is one of the things where you would have to put like your needle through the thing rather than sew it in, and I think it's cool. I got this one because, as mentioned before, I'm really into Greek mythology, and this is a griffin, which is from Greek mythology. I forget an actual like myths that griffins are in, but they're a prevalent symbol in Greek mythology. I think they're associated with Hermes and strength and such. This one is kind of vintage style, and I chose it just because I think it's really pretty. My mom said it reminded her of like French stuff, so that's cool. It's got like those gem-like bumps for the flower, and I think it's pretty. This one I chose because I think the button lady said this was an official coat of arms or something. That, or I thought it looked cool. It's also, I think, a military button or something. And I actually don't think this one's really pretty. I just think it's more neat. This button, if it'll stop moving around, is shaped like a caduceus, which is a symbol of Hermes. That's literally all I picked. I picked it just because of the Greek symbolism, whatever. Will it focus properly? Focus. That's pretty good, I guess. This one, I could tell immediately it was some kind of Teutonic military button. I'm focusing. I'm trying to focus on it properly. But it's some kind of Teutonic military button. I immediately knew it was Teutonic. And when I picked it up, the woman confirmed, yes, this is a Teutonic button. So I thought that was cool. If it'll focus properly, this is one of the last buttons I picked. I fell in love with the design. It looks so pretty. I thought it would be nice. And last but not least, my favorite button that I got today, if it'll focus properly. This is a vintage button. It used to be gold, but it's half rusted and really damaged. And in the middle is a bit of mother of pearl. And I just thought it was gorgeous. And the woman was saying, oh no, this isn't pretty anymore. No, this is gorgeous. I love it. I love how it's damaged. I love how it looks. It looks so cool. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous, and this is my favorite of the buttons I got today. And those were the beads I got from Fiberfest. And that's about all I have to show this week. Next week, I'll be streaming from jail. No, I'm joking. But Ray, I might do something with next week, because I found my wig cap, or at least I found my backup wig cap. So I'll probably be doing Ray again next week. And also, I'm planning on potentially doing a live stream in the near future. If you guys are interested in that, then message me on Tumblr or Twitter. Both my Tumblr and Twitter are always in the description. Or you could even leave a comment on this video telling me you're interested. I'll probably be doing like answering questions and talking to people. And maybe I'll play Ray in the live stream. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what anyone's interested in. But until next week, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.